Guys, what up? We're making another one. Welcome back. This is Gambler. We're going to be going over a lot of stuff down below. We've got some timestamps for you guys. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I do have a little template for you guys. So we're going to jump into this. Basically, about 3 days before EQ dropped this server that I'm covering. This is usually, so I will explain for you new guys what some of us veterans take the time to at least prepare ourselves. We're talking to people. We're asking for other people that are playing. But I want you guys to, if you are new, you guys need to jump in at the top. So on our screen, I'm gonna move. I've got a bunch of notes here. Up here, you guys need to click on this and get into the Discord, because I'm gonna put something on the screen right now. It's gonna help every single person immensely in this game. So we're going to toggle this little overlay I have for you guys, so you guys can pause this or just listen to me ramble. So these are resources that are public knowledge for everybody playing. These are coordinates on these servers for moon positions, for mining facility workshed positions, for mining colony positions, 4-range mining colony positions. You guys can see at the top of this spreadsheet. So moon point positions. This game, it has tools that you use to find easily coordinates in the game. You do a /go_to space, and then you put the coordinates in. And this spreadsheet is showing you every single position, 7-point position on the map. And it's also giving you what kind of resource fields are in the area for your 3-range mining facility. So you can see at the top, -135, -127 is probably the best position on EQ 13, what we're playing. It's got a 7-point moon. The total resources for one of the 3-range mining facilities is 5,300. The second one's 5K. Second place, it doesn't even touch that. You can see that how amazing that spot is, and it also has right next to it at -139, -128. Extremely good Prospect Inc. mining colony 4-range MC. So I know that's a lot for some of you guys that are new to the game, but this is what at least the vets are going to prepare themselves for. So when we spawn in, so that's my rant about this spreadsheet. You guys can pause this. And like I said, this is public knowledge. This is inside the Starborne Discord under resources, or you can ask any one of us and we can provide this link for this Google Doc that explains and shows all these positions on the map. So I'm going to take this off real quick. Overlay resource. Okay, so we close that. So that was my rant. Down below, we've got some timestamps for you guys. So that was my rant about what I'm just playing. So I'm gonna hit politics real quick, and we're gonna go to overview. You guys can't see it, but there's 26 days and 7 left. So the server's only been going for about a day and a half, and you guys can see this position right here. You guys, vets, new, whatever. I'm just going to show what I've been doing like the last day and a half. So we spawned in a pretty decent spot. We got the Magna Garrison unique hex. It's plus to heavy firepower and HP. Amazing little unique here. But this is obviously our starter for you new guys. Starter is your crutch. This is your first station. You're going to be taking anything that you build here for the first, up till when you hit level 8 or character level 9. You're going to be taking all of your tasks and reinvesting everything back into this station, and trying to the more that you build and the more things you dump into this and the more build R cards that you use into this, the faster you're going to hit level 10. Because at level 10 is when the game starts. Level 10 is when you can find that position. You can find your position on the map that you want to send your second station. The position on the map you want to find your 7-point moon. The position on the map where you're going to set up your 2-3 range mining facilities. And you guys can see down here at the bottom, and pausing this, you can see that these 3 range mining facilities, this is what everybody else is doing. They're going work shed. They're getting their 3 range mining facilities. And I'm going to kind of explain this for 2 seconds. You got your double repair drone cards. You find and you use your alt overlay. So hold down alt and you can see this little cheat sheet it creates for you, and you can find these positions, or you can look at your spreadsheet that I had linked. So this position was on that spreadsheet. It showed me where the 7-point position was. It showed me where these 3 range positions are. So you guys can see this. Look at this 600 crystal here. There's another spot that I need to move, so I do need to move some of mine, but I need to outclaim this NPC first. But you guys can see another 1,100, 1,200 positions here. It's more than enough resources needed to not only get your build off and running, but be able to feed your 7-point HSA that you're going to be building here. So I've made some notes, and like I said, down at the bottom is going to be some timestamps. So I'm going to be rambling here a little bit. I really don't know how long this is going to take, but I just want to show you guys what I do, show what I'm doing. So like I said, today is halfway into day 2. I have, so at my starter, I have not blown this thing up. This is where I started the server. I always, you've got all these people that generate around you. Some of them do not prioritize rating. I prioritize rating. So at this location, most of the time, I got to fix this right now. Actually, I didn't mess up, but you guys can see here, at least right here. So I'm going to be tearing this down and be putting Department of Acquisitions here. So I'm going to be putting this building. You can pause this. This is going to give me, for my Corvettes for rating, it's going to give me more cargo space. So you guys can see here, I'm already in the, first I've been rating my Marauder. So you guys take your fleets of ships. So you guys can see this. I've got 533 Corvettes here. You can take and fleet up with your labor. So you guys can see down here, for you new guys, you get labor at this position. You get combos here. So acquisitions, buffs my Corvettes to give them cargo space and plunder values. And you can raid all these little level 1 Marauders. They have free resources. Just raid the shit out of them. So I raided this one. I hit this one twice. I just hit this one twice. And you guys can see it. How many resources? I mean, I've got 533 Corvettes here hitting things for 9,000 resources. And it's just going to keep over and over and over getting worse and worse. Not worse in the sense it's benefiting me, but I'm going to be just nonstop raiding from this position. My goal for the next few days is to get probably 2 more of these. So maybe I'll have 1,200 Corvettes here, and I'll just be nonstop raiding everything, all these level 1 Marauders around me. And just, you guys can see when you get a Stargate here, you could possibly build this with, you go down here to your orgs, you can get Ataka. So if the Corvettes from this location is fed from here, you can get +3 speed on raiding. You can obviously, you guys can see this card right here. So EM Launchpad is +2 speed for raiding. You get a Stargate here is +5 speed. You guys get the drill. There's combos in this game to make you extremely efficient at doing things. And at your starter, I mean, it's Extremely. Yeah, I mean, obviously you can see this. There's one sun here. Okay, you could easily make a bunch of industrials here and flare. And when you do get a Stargate here, and you do get industrial or truckers haul up, you're going to be able to fly around and hit these suns really fast. But early on, raiding is the way to go at these starters. So that's me raiding. You guys can see. So I tagged this thing. It's about an hour. It's about 10 minutes here, an hour here, back and forth without a gate. And making 9,000 resources is really, really good. And if you got 2 or 3 stacks of these doing that, you're going to be able to raid here nonstop and really keep this station going and at least baby it. So you take those resources and you put it right back into the station. You get station hall on this thing, which affects giving you more passive resources. You're going to get industrial complex here, which is going to give you more passive resources. You're going to get Zerachi here if you want. It's more passive resources. It gives you Zerachi gives you a 4th refinery here. Maybe you go RG here if you really want to with passive station resources, or if you want Expedialis, which gives you your buffs your Stargate, so more movement speed. You can put that here. You guys get the drill. You're reinvesting all of this resources that you're gathering. You're sacrificing 2 hours of flight time to then turn around and dump those resources right back into the station itself and make more passive resources. That's all you're worried about in the early game. Passive resources rating. Put that money back into passive resources. You guys got the drill. Okay, so that's my early game. That's all I did here was get my refineries up. I've got a level 5 mining facility here. I've been raiding for like the last 24 hours, and then as soon as I hit level 10, like I showed you on that spreadsheet, I scouted my position on the map. I got this position. I got close to my 7-point moon. I got in position where I did not land the station where my mining facilities were going to go. I did not land my station where my moons are. You need to leave this hex open for your HSA, your heavy ship assembly. We'll open that up right quick. So at this location, I will be making an HSA. You guys can see this. So with a 7-point moon combo, you're going to be able to make destroyers here really fast. You're going to be able to make frigates here really fast. You're going to be able to make recons here really fast. It affects, these HSAs affect heavies. And then if you really do at server day 10, you can put your capital ship assembly here on a 7-point moon. And then you can make either carriers here or dreadnoughts here. You guys get the drill. Okay. So you're this position. So I'm just explaining what I've been doing. So at this position, you guys can see, I landed in the middle of 4 or 5. I mean, look how many moons are out here. Okay. Or not moons, but suns. So you got these things called flares. So you light them up with dropping probes. And you guys can see. So at this location, there are no marauders close by. Let's pretend that this level 2 wasn't here. Okay, for some odd reason, where I set my station, that right next to this 7-point moon, there's a level 2. Let's pretend this level 2 marauder is not here. And I'm going to do this real quick. So we're going to send out some scans. I want to. And let's see. Oh, okay. So let's pretend that marauder isn't there. At this location, I do want to do nothing but flare from here. So at this location, it's going to be strictly flaring. I'm making nothing but industrials here I want about 200 to 300, maybe 400 industrials here. I want to be able to, eventually, so you guys can see this. So you see this guy right here? So we just tagged this one sun for 12,000 resources. It took an hour. It took an hour to fly out here with no gate. There's no Stargate here. There is, I do have the flare monitor card, so it's +2 to speed on running flares. And I have at my starter, so my starter is feeding those industrials that are running those flares, and I've got a level 3 trucker's haul, which is giving me plus 1.5 speed on my industrials. So I'm back out here. I'm running flares here. It took me an hour to fly out here. It's going to take, and I could go back here, or see. But the thing is, I only left 3,500 resources here. Or as soon as these land in 5 minutes, I've got plenty of suns to choose from. There's 2 hours to come here and completely clear this. So I've got 12,000 metal there I can hit. Let's check this one. This has it's almost 20,000 crystal there. This one has 14,000 metal there. You guys get the drill. So my goal for this one, doing nothing but making industrials here. You pop your card, you put an industrial card on here, you queue up. Even though you don't have the resources there, you're going to passively eventually get them, or you're going to run flares. So whenever you pop a card, you can queue up as many ships as you want. So you guys can see, I queued up a bunch of industrials, single stack industrials, and you guys can see anytime I can go and pay for this. So whenever the queue ends and it tries to find the resources, when you queue, you waste a card from running missions or however you get them. You want to queue up. Maybe not in the early game, but in the later stages of the game, anytime you pop a card. So like, let's say I know I'm going to be peeling back some layers here for you guys. So if you have your HSA here, a level 5 HSA here with level 10 MIC right here, okay, that's a huge combo. So level 5 HSA, level 10 MIC, and then you pop a rivet here. You pop this card right here. So rivet potential, which is 15% resource savings on heavy ships. So if you have, this is where you're making recons, or you're making frigates, you're making destroyers, or even a troop carrier. You want to make sure that you have that combo, and you want to use up, even though you don't have the resources here, you want to make sure that you use and queue up as much ships as possible, because they're getting the time savings. Anytime you pop a card, you want a full queue. Anytime you pop a card, you want a full queue. That's what I want you guys to get used to. So, getting back on track. So what I've done here is, I had popped an industrial card. I queued up like 4 or 5 hours of industrials. Like I said, I want about 300, 400, 500 industrials here. I want to be clearing. I want to have enough industrials here to clear 2, possibly 3 suns at the same time. Or you guys can do more. It's however much flares you want to be running. And that's what I'm doing at this location. The other thing that this location is doing is this location is my work shed station. So for some of you guys can go look at it. I'm trying to explain things that I'm trying to accomplish at this site. So this is my second station. I'm babying the crap out of this thing. Okay. So we're reinvesting. So when I was at my starter, and I was like level 8, level 9, I saved up all my task rewards. Okay. So if you save up all your task rewards and then you send out this station, you want to have enough saved up resources to hit about 9,000. Because the first thing that I do, you guys don't have to do this, but this is what I do. As soon as this second station lands, I instantly build Workshed. The task reward for making this does not give you any resources. But when I did this, so when I landed out here, I had about enough resources to make Workshed, and obviously I left the industrials here. So when this landed, the industrials stayed. You guys can see, this is my industrial that flew out here with my director card on it. I kept my industrials here. I instantly made Workshed, and then I made I babied this thing for a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours. I got my mining facilities up to level 5, and you guys can see each one of these. 1,400 metal, 900 crystal, 660 gas on that one. This one's got 1,500 crystal, 1,100 metal, 400 gas. and we're not even close. So you guys can see that. We'll do this right now. So you guys can see this. So look at my totals down here. Okay, 42, 24, 41. Frachead is the combo here. So not only do you get 2 level 5 mining facilities and you augment them. So you take your industrials and you augment. Augment is just buffs certain outposts. It gives them more passive harvest rate. So you guys can see this thing, the efficiency on these mining facilities right now is 310%. So watch this. So this Frachead is going to buff these mining facilities here. So I'm going to go in here. I needed 6 minutes. I put a 5 on here. I put a 1 on here. You guys can see it bumped up. So I went from 310% efficiency to now 325%. So like I said, you're going to baby this thing. This thing has already got almost all level 10 refineries. I've already got my plasma chamber at level 10 here. You guys can see look at exactly what's going on here. I'm dumping everything that I'm gathering into running flares, passive resources, and nothing else. That's exactly what you need to be working on. So you're going to get your mining facility here. You're going to get station hall here. You're eventually, this location is probably for me. I'm probably, since you guys can't see, but I'm clicking. So you see where my cursor is right here. This is tier 4 or tier 3 org slot. On my tier 1 org slot, I'm probably going to get Helios here. It's 5 speed to running flares. My second slot, so you guys can see, like, or, slot 3, I'm selected in slot 2. It's going to be Zerachi here for the 4th refinery slot. And then we're going to go industrial complex here. That's a combo. Refineries and industrial complex it buffs your refineries for more passive resources. Probably going to go RG here. RG it affects how much harvest rate your station does. So anything that your station covers, that 4 range, and then the other part of this. So this is a mine. So like I said, this is my mining facility. My 2 mining facilities are here. So the thing that I like to build in combo here. So we're gonna have station hall RG, and then we're gonna get. This is up for debate. There's 2 ways that you can build this thing. Okay, so you can either go here if you're trying to reduce cost savings. Some people will go orbital, so they'll get the 6 military buildings here and go orbital, so they save. So like I said, this is an HSA, a 7-point HSA here. You can go orbital here, and it's going to save you resource savings by 10% on all the heavies that you make. That's a lot of resources. Or if you go the combo, so I go RG, I like to go New Horizons. So New Horizons at this location is going to give me a 5th ring. So I'm going to completely outclaim this Marauder. I landed my station on the outside of it. New Horizons puts a 5th ring on here. Okay, so when you get Station Hall here and RG here, it's going to affect how much. You guys can see harvest rate here in Station. 100 passive resources from the station, and then whatever the station is harvesting, like with Station Hall and anything else that you're running for station harvest rate, it's going to affect this and make it better. So it's just a massive combo here. So that's what I'm working on. Running flares here, dumping everything back into passive resources. And then let's take a breather. Let's take a minute. Let's look down at the timestamps. So what else in this, the 3 days of protection, what are we working on? Okay. So I did take some time. So you guys are seeing out here, I do have fleet docks here, okay, for you new guys. So fleet docks affects how fast. So not only am I raiding at this location, I have made fleet docks here I can make corvettes and patrols faster. I always use corvettes for raiding. So that's kind of a combo here. So raiding, fleet docks here. But the other thing, so like I said, timestamps down below. This is kind of a tip for you new players. So typically, it's pretty volatile out in your starter. You do not want, most of the time, you do not want to keep your station at the starter. You want to send it out to your first location. That's what I did. So you go up here to logistics, you go to your stations, and you can change where your capital is. So one of the things that it affects when you change your capital is you can rally ships from this location and automatically send them to wherever your capital is. So if you have stations over here, you're going to be able to send ships here. If you have stations over here, you're going to be able to send ships here. So I know this is a lot. So at my starter, I've got the fleet docks here. So when I queued up some of my ships, I sent them out to my new location. So from my starter, I ended up making look, you can see this. I've got about 30 patrols here that I made at my starter and sent them here. I've got about 90 corvettes here, and I'm running missions. So this is the other thing. Yes, industrials are going to get you a lot of resources in this, but if you're running missions, you can get cards that are going to be able to affect your stations as well. So if you're running tons and tons and tons of missions, you're going to be able to apply cards that give you more passive resources as well. So you're running you're running flares, you're running missions, you're doing all these things to really, really get your second station up and running. And you guys can see at the bottom how much passive resources I'm making. So these are pretty good for this station. I mean, it's only been out here for maybe, I don't know, 12 hours or whatever, but it's already off and running, making almost 10,000, 11, 12,000 resources an hour, which is pretty good for where we're at. This thing is nowhere close to being done. If anything, it's probably going to be able to maybe double. So these totals might be double. And obviously, you guys, if I'm going to make another one of these videos, you guys can go and look at maybe episode 3 or episode 4 and just see at how big this station does get. So we'll see. But so I'm done ranting. I'm done ranting about trying to pick and show you every single thing in this game. So for you new guys, running raids at my starter, running flares at my new station, trying to make 300 or 400 industrials here, balancing, investing all of your resources back into your station. You want passive resources. You need industrials. If you're running flares, you need corvettes or ships. If you're raiding, or if you're doing both, which I'm doing. Oh yeah, I've got to do this. So I'm sitting here bullshitting and talking. We got to do this. So you guys can see it live. So I've got a bunch of, make sure. So we're good. So we're going to go like this. What do I need? I need gas, but I don't think there's a gas one that's up. So 14. This is an hour and 34 or hour and 37 minutes. This one is an hour and 20 minutes. So maybe we'll tag this one, even though it's less. What I'm trying to accomplish, anytime you run one of these, you want to try to clear it. So maybe I tag this one, even though it's less, hour and 46 minutes, or that's an hour and 20. But I do get a lot more from this one. We're gonna hit this for 14, and we do clear it. Extra. I'm just gonna tag this one. That's fine. I'll just send this one. So hour and 20 minutes, we come out here and clear this one for 12,000 resources. You guys get the drill. So running flares at my new station, trying to get. I got my work shed. Everything's off and running. I'm trying to reinvest all my resources back into passive resources. And then that spreadsheet, you guys can go reference that. My third station is going to be a mining facility. My fourth station is going to be labor. You guys get the drill. Okay. For you new guys, obviously this is new and brand new ideas and ways to think about the game. The spreadsheet is really, really, really going to help you with your economy. And then eventually you guys can go I have plenty of videos up explaining what labor is and how to fight and all this stuff. I'm just showing you this video from it's the second day, halfway through this the second day of a server, of at least how far I am and what I'm doing. So you guys can see we've got about 120 industrials here. We've got about probably 350 corvettes here raiding. Reinvesting everything back into our stations. Let's see. So we went over that. What my state, you guys already know what my stations are doing. Both of these are this one. So the only thing that's probably left here is I'm obviously going to be making passive resource, but this location, all this labor, so this 900 labor is just going to be buffing. So you guys can see this combo here. So trailer manufacturing and truckers haul is buffing my industrials. Any industrial I feed from this location is going to get this combo. So cargo space and speed, amazing combo for your industrials, for speeding them up, running flares and getting more cargo space. So you use less ships with more cargo space, which means less labor, and you guys get the drill. At this location, so like let's say here eventually I start, in a couple of days I have 3 or 4 stacks of corvettes here raiding. I have a ton of extra resources here. My goal for this is not only can I get the drone launch facility, I can stream resources from this location to my capital. So from my starter to my capital, I can stream resources here. I can also freighter. So we can get our distribution hub here. We can freighter from this location to our new capital, and just any overflow we have here, because we're only making lights here. Okay, we're only making corvettes here. Maybe we get the tier 1 org Royal Pilot School here, so we can make even more lights faster. As you can see, this it makes our light production 20% faster. So we're just making a ton of corvettes here, a ton of raiding here, and then all the shit that is overflow. So if we have 30,000 of each resource here, we can freighter it with the distribution hub back to our capital or anywhere we want it. You guys get the drill. If somehow you're in an alliance and you make an alliance station close by, you can just freighter the raided resources anywhere you want. You guys really do gotta wrap your head around at what you're trying to accomplish in this game, which is you're raiding a ton of resources. If you have a ton of overflow, you want to move them. You want to make sure that you have the distribution hub to move them extremely fast. You don't want to be tying up your freighters for 5 or 6 hours. Get the distribution hub, and you can send resources in an hour and a half or 2 hours instead of 6 hours. You get the idea. So that's pretty much. So I'm going to look at this real quick. So I want, you guys got my rants. Obviously, you guys can see down at the bottom. I'm going to go over some of the tools for this game for some of you new guys. So one of them, so we've got you guys can see up here. So we got these commodities. How do I have these? Most of you guys don't have these on. Okay. You can go into your UI. So your game UI, you can toggle, let's see. So maybe display. No. Game. Radial. There it is. So you can see this right here. Show commodities. So you don't have to go look for them. They're already on your screen. Shows how much steel you have, how much carbon, how much titanium, how many diamonds you have. Okay, super helpful having that there. Just a visual thing. And I want to show you one more thing. How is it that I have my missions on my screen? You guys, if you're new, you don't have these missions. How is it that mine has it and yours doesn't? Okay, so you got this little, so up here at the top, next to your character and your profile and your picture, you got this little arrow right here. Okay, so you guys can see this display missions is not on. You guys are going to look at the screen and see this. For you new guys, you guys want to toggle this on. If you're going to be running a lot of missions, you don't want to have to change to your exploration view every single time you want to run a mission. I just turn it on. So this is super helpful, having a menu here, toggling your HUD on. And then for some of you guys, you even want to be able to see your coordinates really fast. So you guys can turn the coordinates on, and you can see as you get closer here, that's what this does. So you guys can see if you toggle the coordinate deal on, clean, it's on your screen. You don't got to look for it. I don't like having it on, but for some of you guys, you do like to have it on. So I'm going to turn this display the chords off, so I don't need it. So let's see. Arrow up at the top for missions. We got that. We got the Alt tool. So once again, another tool for this game is hold. So you hold down Alt, and if you guys are not using those spreadsheets, you just want to see if you put a station here, what it looks like. So at 4 range, a tier 4 station, you can see where it covers. Maybe you want to fit 3 or 4 stations in here. Maybe you have a Stargate right here. Okay, this alt overlay thing with the different ranges is going to help you plan out. So maybe you want to have a Stargate here at 4 range, and okay, I can put a station here. I've got a Stargate at 4 range here. I know I can put a station right here. It's just really helpful. If you know the ranges of like a scanner or a scanners can go up to like 7 range, or if your scanner that you want to make is going at 5 range, and you want to be able to put stations close by that are at least going to be able to hit. Or you can use it, or if you do have maybe you put your stations down first, and you're like, okay, where can I put my scanner at 5 range? So I set this thing at 5 range. I know where my scanner is going to go. You guys get the idea. It's a super helpful tool for you guys. I already showed you. Okay, so I explained this for 2 seconds. So anytime you want to find a coordinate in the game, I can't. Okay, so you do literally all you do is you open up your chat log, you do /go-to space, and you can type in any coordinate. So you can do 55 space or 55 space 55 and hit enter, and it's going to take you exactly to 55. Okay, so that's another tool for the game. I know I can't show it, but it's really going to mess with my OBS. Showing it. Actually, you know what? We could do this. So let's go like this, so you guys can see how I did that. So you can do /go-to space 55, and it's exactly where we are. Okay, so I did it that way. Put this back real quick. What else do we got to touch on? So logistics on my stations. I have this little template I'm going to try to follow on these videos if I make any more of them. I'm going to have the same template so we can kind of keep track of what we're talking about. So my stations, I've only got 2. So like I said, I started with my starter. I changed my capital to this one. It's on my work shed station. It's got 2 3-range mining facilities. It's got flares. I got extremely lucky. Okay, how do I have a Mal? How do I have this Malistrid? Okay, this card right here. How did I get this card? So there are things and tasks that you can accomplish by just doing some dumb things with the ships that they give you. So I'm going to try to make sense of this. So up here in your task menu, you can go in here and you can go and look through all of these things that the game wants you to do. So look at this. So if you put down, excuse me, let's see, hold on. Let's go down here. Okay. That's a bad one. Empire. No. General. Or operations. Okay. So we're going to look at operations. Okay. So if I run 50 missions, okay. If I run 50 missions, it's going to give me a free bronze mission cache. Okay. So this is a perfect example. Show completed ones. So I'm going to go down here and look and see if I can find. So this is it right here. Perfect. Well, look at this one. Okay. So I clicked on my show. You guys can't see it, but I clicked down here in the bottom left, show completed achievements. You see this achievement right here? Go to operations, sabotage 15 stations. You can do this. You don't have to succeed when you sabotage a station. You can fail 15 times and just run 15 station sabotages with 1 scout you make one scout fleet, you put one scout in it, and you can get, look at these. Look at how many caches you get. You get 4 caches for free, basically, by just, for an hour or 2 hours, you can, at your starter. So this is my starter. So you can see I've got 10 scouts sitting here. All I had to do was take this one scout, and I just attacked and I station sabotaged this marauder. And you can see it only took 15 minutes. So if I have 5 of these, I just run and make 5 scout fleets that are all with one and sabotage this marauder. And if I do it 15 times and fail, I still get the free silver mission cache. And inside that cache is where I got my Mallestrad card. Okay. So I'm trying to, you guys got to think about, you guys start getting used to this game. You guys can come up here and try to, how do you get an advantage? These silver mission caches can have gold cards inside of them. That's how I got this Mallestrad card. Okay. So now it's a little rant. I know I do that. We're up here in logistics once again, looking at the station. So like I said, I only got 2 stations, but it's still, everybody else is in the same position as you. How do you get advantages? You're doing everything in your power you can to get an advantage. Okay. So we're going to open up this. I wanted to show this. So unfortunately, when I was picking my faction, I had Terran selected, but somehow the server lagged and it gave me Frontier Legion. It's not game breaking. I'm still going to be able to sit here and play. It's not that big a deal. But typically for you new guys, I would highly suggest you go Terran. It's amazing. If you get just this for this reason alone. So resource costs for Terran for your outposts costs 50% less. So you're going to be able to get your mining facilities up and running faster. You're going to be able to get your trading ports up and running faster. You're going to be able to get your HSA up and running faster. If you don't have access to the 3 to MPL or TN or Zayoc, Terran is amazing. If you're just finding this game and you want to get into it and you want to tinker around and get your build off and running really fast, perfected methodology is amazing for you guys. And then this extra 500 streaming capacity it's okay if you've got 5 other stations, you want to stream to one of them, you can take 500 passive resources, 100 from each other station you have, and then stream them to one station. It's a little bit helpful, but the strength of this for sure is it's buffing your industrials, and it's providing you savings on all your outposts you may make through the entire server, which is awesome. And the only other thing maybe I'll touch on real quick is my policies. So you guys can see all of them, but this one. But I've got industrial first here. You got army first, populace first, and industrial first. They're just savings on all of your buildings that you're making. I have heavy metal just because I am making a lot of corvettes. It's giving me a little extra bump in metal, but I could easily swap this. So if you guys don't know, this purple slot on all of the factions, it's a wild card. It means any card can go here, not just purple. Any card can go here. So I could put if I was running a ton of missions right now, I could just take this off right now. Okay. I could take this card off and put a blue card here, or I can put a red card here, or I can put a green card. It doesn't matter. Any card can go in this slot. It's not just purple. Okay. So, and then the only other thing I really want to touch on with your cards, if you're new, just make sure you're doing your research. Make sure this is always going. You're always getting some of your, especially your military cards, your gun or your preemptive demolition, your overkill, your elite navy, your justified hostilities, your wild card, your attack doctrine, your defense doctrine. You want all of these to 5 as fast as possible. You want to get all of them to at least level 3, and then if you're planning on you want to do nothing but attack, you need attack doctrine leveled up. If you're in an alliance and you're getting attacked, you want to get defense doctrine leveled up. You guys get the idea, okay? And then, so the last thing I will touch on is what are my plans. So for you new guys, hopefully it says down in the timestamps, what are my plans for the next few days? I'm going to get a third station. So right now my guy is level 12. When it hits level 20, I get a third station, and it's going to go right in here. I've already got it marked. Okay. So I've already kind of taken the time, like I showed you guys on those spreadsheets. Not only, I'll throw it up right now. Okay. So it's showing, not only did I go on this spreadsheet and find where this moon is and where the mining facilities go, but it also shows me where a mining colony can go. So my next station is probably going to go somewhere in here, probably touching this, because so these unique hexes, you guys need to pay attention to these. So if I put a station, let's say right here, okay, I'm spreading out. I've got a station right here, okay. It's going to pick up this unique hex, this unique Zerachi hex buffs my mining colonies. So this one's mining colonies and resource capacity, but there's another red one. If you guys have it close by, that does both your mining facilities and your mining colonies. So I'm going to try to see if I can find one here real quick for you guys. Red. This one. So Prospect Inc. You guys can see this. Take the time to read these unique hexes that are close to you. These red ones are in the early game are really, really important if you can get them. Some of them buff your industrials. This one buffs both your mining colony and your mining facility. So my third station, I'm going to take another station and put it right here, probably like right here, and it's going to pick up this unique hex. And if I can control it, maybe there's another one that's close by, maybe not. But my goal is to pick up these unique hex and then put a mining colony right here. And you guys can see 500. So you're looking at on this overlay at 4 range with 2 apex cards on this station. There's 276 metal from planets, 240 metal from moons. So we're looking at 510 metal, 370 gas, 320 crystal on this mining colony. And this thing is just gonna, I always go work shed into mining colony, and then I go labor. So my next 2 stations, my third station's going here, my 4th station. So on EQ, labor is just everywhere. It's just spattered everywhere. There's no real definitive positions to take labor. It's just all over the place. So you can see this. There's moons here, there's labors here, and there's mining colonies. You can just cluster the crap out of positions like this. You do want to spread out a little bit. So maybe my 4th station will maybe go like here. So I will put like a station here, maybe like right here, right where 62 negative 311. Put a Stargate right here, a 5 range Stargate right here, and then put another station right here. Because the more hexes that you have, the more fleet. So you can see this at the top. Empire fleets. I'm 10 out of 16. The way that you unlock more fleets, so 20, 30, 40, you unlock your rewards, your task rewards for more hexes, is by spreading out. So you want to spread your stations out a little bit. You want to go here. Maybe my 4th station will go here. I'll get a 5 range Stargate right here, and it'll cover all 3 of these stations. I'll get a 6 range scanner, and you guys see what I'm talking about, okay? Or maybe I can put the stations just a little bit more closer, so I can get like maybe a 3 range or a 4 range Stargate, maybe a 5 range scanner, and be able to cluster this and unlock enough hexes or have enough hexes to unlock, maybe 5 or 6 more fleet slots for me to use. So that was long-winded. I hope you guys got this far. And for you new guys, leave me some feedback. Tag me. I'm on the Discord. I'm Gambler. I make a lot of these. I don't know what I'm going to do with this series, but at least I made this one. So the last real thing I want to touch on, at least for you new guys, is this game is extremely difficult to play solo. You guys need to get into an alliance. You need to talk to people, talking global. Click on so in game you can click on somebody else in the game. So we will use the band. Use this guy. You can go in here, you can right click it, you can click on profile, and you can message this guy. Okay. So this window will open up. You can direct message people in game and talk to them. Hey, can I be part of your alliance? Hey, can I get an alliance? It's extremely difficult to play this game solo if you're new. So talk to people, talk in global, ask questions, get into the Discord, do all the things. And if you enjoyed these, leave me a like, leave me some feedback, and peace out, crew.